cars are born to blend in. Others, like the Chevy Chevelle, were built to stand out. From its early days as a family car to its rise as one of the most iconic muscle cars in history, the Chevelle is a machine that has left an indelible mark on the automotive world. The name Chevelle was derived from the French word cheval, which means horse. Chevrolet wanted a name that conveyed a sense of elegance and performance for their new model. Welcome to Midwest Car Life Shorts. You're gonna want to stick around all the way to the end, as there is some bonus footage from one of my previous videos you're definitely going to want to check out. In 1964, Chevrolet introduced the Chevelle as a mid-sized sedan to fill a growing demand for a car that wasn't quite as big as the Impala, but still offered more room than compact cars like the Chevy 2 or Ford Falcon. Built on the GMA body platform, the Chevelle was designed to give buyers more space without sacrificing performance. It wasn't just a new car, it was a new idea for what a car could be. At launch, the Chevelle was available in a variety of body styles: a two-door hardtop, a four-door sedan, a convertible, and even a wagon. And while its primary target market was families looking for a reliable vehicle, Chevy didn't forget about those who wanted a little more excitement. Under the hood, the Chevelle offered a choice of inline 6 or V8 engines, ranging from the base 283 cubic inch V8 to a more powerful 327 cubic inch V8. But even with those options, the Chevelle wasn't yet the powerhouse we would come to know. It was a solid, good-looking family car that just so happened to offer a little extra punch. (1965) is where things start to get exciting. Up until this point, the Chevelle had mostly been a solid midsize car. But Chevrolet saw the rising demand for high-performance cars thanks to the success of the Ford Mustang, and they wanted in. So they created the Chevelle SS 396. SS stands for Super Sport, and for 1965, it was more than just a trim package, it was a full-on muscle car. The big news here was the 396 cubic inch V8, which produced 325 horsepower and 400 foot-pounds of torque. For a car that weighed just around 3,000 pounds, that was serious muscle. And the thing was, the SS 396 wasn't just about the engine. Chevy made sure to upgrade the suspension, handling, and brakes. So it wasn't just fast in a straight line, it was nimble and responsive too. It could corner and accelerate with the best of them. With the 396 under the hood, the Chevelle SS became an instant hit. It wasn't just fast, it was fun to drive, which is why it became one of the best-selling muscle cars of the mid-60s, and this is when the muscle car era really kicked into high gear. By 1968, the Chevelle SS had become synonymous with muscle. Chevrolet completely redesigned the car, making it wider, lower, and more aggressive. The new Chevelle had a meaner look, with a larger grille, a more pronounced front end, and a new rear bumper design. And if the design was bold, the performance was even bolder. 1969 brought with it the 396 V8 engine. But there was a new kid on the block. Enter the 454 cubic inch V8, which made a staggering 450 horsepower in its top trim. This wasn't just a muscle car. This was a monster of the road. In 1970, the SS 454 was the crown jewel of the Chevelle lineup. With its big block engine, it could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 5 seconds, unheard of for a car of its size. The 454 wasn't just powerful, it was ferocious. And it put the Chevelle SS 454 at the top of the muscle car hierarchy. But it wasn't just about raw power. Chevrolet paid attention to the little things, the handling, the ride quality, and even the styling details like the cowl induction hood, which helped keep the engine cool at higher speeds. Everything about the Chevelle SS 454 screamed performance. On the drag strip, the Chevelle SS 454 was nearly unbeatable. It was fast in every way imaginable, and that speed made it an icon not just on the street but at the track. By the early 70s, the writing was on the wall. Muscle cars were no longer as popular as they once were. The oil crisis, rising insurance premiums, and stricter emissions regulations were all taking their toll. The Chevelle's performance started to take a backseat to the changing landscape of the automotive industry. In 1971, the Chevelle received a facelift, but the big block engines like the 454 were starting to disappear. The SS 396 was gone, and in its place was a more subdued, luxury-focused Chevelle. It was still a good car, but it wasn't the performance machine it once was. By 1973, the Chevelle had lost much of its muscle car identity. It was now a more family-oriented car, and the SS package was discontinued. Production would continue until 1977, but by then, the Chevelle had evolved into something that looked more like a luxury sedan than a performance vehicle. Despite the changes though, the Chevelle's legacy lived on. The last model was produced in 1977, but the spirit of the Chevelle, the idea of combining style, performance, and everyday usability, remains at the heart of many classic car enthusiasts' dreams. Today, the Chevelle lives on as one of the most iconic muscle cars ever created. Thanks to the efforts of collectors and enthusiasts, these cars are still a common sight at shows, with pristine examples of the 1965 SS 396, the 1969 SS 454, and other models being restored and admired by fans. And no matter the model, the Chevelle holds a special place in automotive history. Whether it's the raw power of the big block engines, or the distinctive design that defined an era, the Chevelle was a car that captured the spirit of the American muscle car movement. From its humble beginnings to its rise as one of the greatest muscle cars ever built, the Chevy Chevelle remains a symbol of performance, passion, and American automotive ingenuity. Thanks for taking this journey with me. If you enjoyed this in-depth look at the history of the Chevrolet Chevelle, be sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below letting me know which Chevelle is your favorite. Until next time, keep your engines revving and your wheels spinning. Here is the bonus footage I mentioned earlier. This is a clip from the Remlinger Classic Car auction video. To see the full video, click on the thumbnail at the end, or the link in the description.